of the champions. Live from the Seattle Center Coliseum in Seattle, Washington, it's the 1982 Boys State Basketball Finals. Tonight in the AA Championship, it's the Aberdeen Bobcats from the Black Hills League against the Shorecrest Scots from Seattle and the Westco Conference. Later tonight in the AAA Championship, the Roosevelt Rough Riders from Seattle's Metro League take on the King Pro League champion, Mercer Island High School. Tonight's basketball championships are brought to you statewide by Rainier Bank. At Rainier Bank, we're involved. Hi, everybody. I'm Don Poyer. Welcome to the Seattle Center Coliseum. And with me courtside tonight, Lou Gellos. And Lou, not since 1965 has a state finals been televised here in the state of Washington. I think it's time to celebrate.
You know, so often before a telecast, sportscasters like us will say it's so nice to have you here. Well, it really is, because if you haven't seen a high school basketball game in a while, you're in for a treat, and we've got 4 of the state's best tonight.
AA first.
AA first, Shorecrest and Aberdeen, 2 teams that have never been to the state finals before, and they play the first game right here on the floor. 2 contrasting teams. We'll get into that a little bit later.
Also, we're going to have live updates from the University of Washington for the girls' AA and AAA finals. Elaine Perkins is there. Elaine?
Well, we've got a lot of excitement, a lot of noise, and a couple of exciting games over here too, Don. Clover Park and Auburn, AAA finals. That game just got underway. That'll be followed by the AA Arlington and Prairie. AAA should be quite a contest. Both teams with just 1 loss. Clover Park, a tough physical team with Danya Monroe, one of the best in the Northwest. And Auburn, quick, fast breaking all the time, run and gun. Should be exciting. We'll keep you updated.
Let's talk about a couple of the outstanding players, one from each team. First of all, the 0-0, Keith Olson, the big center for Shorecrest.
Well, Olson was the MVP of the Westco AA League this year, and here's the money man for Shorecrest. He has a good game. Expect his team to have a good game.
Number 44, Brian Paul, the forward for Aberdeen. Not necessarily the franchise. They say they don't have one, but he is an outstanding ball player.
Well, like Olson, he was the MVP in his league, the Black Hills League. So the way these 2 players play against each other tonight, when they see each other, will be very interesting to see how this ball game goes.
It's time for the introduction now of the players, the entire team for both. Let's go now to Paul Highsmith, the PA announcer.
And the Seattle Times. This is game number 21, Aberdeen versus Shorecrest. Now we'd like to introduce to you the non-starters for Shorecrest. Peter Kreisted, Jeff Stewart, Steve Holman, Mark Olson, Rob Bailey, Matt Royal, and Jim Englehart. The non-starters for Aberdeen: Steve Brennan, Ennis Reddy, Rob Cotton, Bart Newman, Garen Saray, Mike Snodgrass, and Alan Shank. And now, here are the starting lineups for both teams. Starting at the guards for Shorecrest, a 5'10 junior, number 15, Doug Usatello.
He's that ball handler for their team.
5'9 senior, number 22,
Very quick.
John Jacobson.
Good battle between those two. John Jacobson, number 22.
Senior, number 23, Jim Farrell.
Farrell was cut last night above the eye, but he's recovered to play.
Senior, number 40, Pat McMillan.
Pat McMillan, the other guard for Aberdeen.
The starting forwards for Shorecrest, a 6-foot senior, number 33, Ron Randall.
Now he's a competitor.
The Bobcats, a 6'5 senior, number 44, Captain Brian Paul.
Here's the money man for Aberdeen. He has to have a good game for them to win.
Junior, number 41, Darren Levy.
Darren Levy, very fine touch inside.
Number 52, Chuck Glovick.
He's their top rebounder for Aberdeen.
The starting centers, a 6'5 senior from Shorecrest, 0-0, Keith Olson.
They call him a center, but he does play forward. In fact, they really don't have a center on this team.
6'5 junior, number 54, Scott Booth.
There's the tight end. In football, outstanding athlete.
The head coach for the Scots, It's Mr. Jim Enslin. His assistants are Paul Reed and Paul Lesh. The head coach for the Bobcats, Randy Hancock. The assistants, Brad Fuhrer and Ron Longborg.
Well, there you have it. We talked about some outstanding athletes, and you can see the size of Aberdeen especially. And now it's time for Mr. Sam Smith to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's first gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
As we said, this is a special night, the night of the champions. We'll be back with our first game in just a moment.
Meet John Robbie, entrepreneur. Today, he imports knitting machines and yarns from the Far East. But back in 1949, he had big export plans and few financial resources. Then Rainier Bank got involved. We provided John the working capital for his first venture in the Pacific Rim, and that was just the beginning. Over the years, we came through with loans, letters of credit, and bankers' acceptances for trade with the Philippines, Indochina, and Japan. Now, John's sewing up 800 franchises here at home. Whatever you have to sell, wherever you have to sell it, we're ready to help. With overseas suppliers, buyers, whatever it takes to help make your fortune.
At Rainier Bank, we're involved.
Aberdeen, a big winner over North Kitsap in their semifinal. And Shorecrest, a big winner over Lake Stevens yesterday, 58-45. Aberdeen defeating North Kitsap 60-42 yesterday. We're ready to play basketball. Aberdeen and Blues controls. And now here comes Aberdeen. John Jacobson, the point man. Down to the corner. Jacobson still with it. McMillan will work outside with him quite often. There's McMillan. Quick little guard. Glovick. Right outside. Here's Steele. That's Brian Paul, number 44. And here is John Jacobson. Very patient right now. Man-to-man by Shorecrest. Very strong inside team. Jacobson finally outside.
This is the kind of tempo we may see tonight, Don. Neither team going to rush things. Both teams going to play a good half-court game, work the ball in for the open shot.
That's Keith Olson in with it right now. Inside Olson. Levy the rebound. And it goes. Darren Levy with the first 2 points for Shorecrest. Full court press now. We expected this. They wanted to run. They want to play man-to-man off the top, that being Shorecrest. And they thought they may try to run a little bit, try to wear down Aberdeen possibly, Lou. Glovick out of the post. Looking inside for Paul Bryant. Back down to the baseline. Jacobson. Why not try it again? 4 points for John Jacobson, the 5'9" senior. 4-2, Aberdeen leading here in the early stages of the AA State Championship. Loose ball, Aberdeen. A little more pressure that time by Ron Randall. There's more pressure. You can see that Shorecrest loves to do this. Another near steal. Travel. Well, they forced the turnover that time. Doug Usitalo, number 15, causing that turnover.
We've seen Shorecrest coming out with the press against Aberdeen, and in this case, they're trying to pressure the guards. They think that might be the weak spot of this Aberdeen team, and it proved to be in that case.
Left side, back to live action. Why not? Jim Farrell, the captain of the team. Again, full court pressure. Another steal.
Olsen, the one that got the ball there. And once again, Shorecrest showing that they would like to pressure the guards of Aberdeen. Here's the inbounds pass, and Olsen's right there to grab it, then makes a move to the hoop before he's fouled by Booz.
Official finally decided to give it to Chuck Glovick, number 52. Both of them in there. Keith Olsen on the line. Tie ball game, 5:47 remaining, first quarter. This is probably the loudest it has been in the Seattle Coliseum since either a year ago tonight or maybe one of the best Sonic playoff games. Very loud, and guys, it's exciting. It's great to have you along with us. First time in 17 years. Full court pressure again by Shorecrest. Knocked out of bounds by the men in green, dark green. Paul Bryan, number 44 with the ball. Now this is something Mercer Island did against Everett last night in the AAA semis. This being Shorecrest putting a lot of pressure on them, hoping they can wear them down. Foul that time on Ron Randall. First foul on Ron.
Randall's a good defensive player, and again showing that they like to pressure the guards. Now, Aberdeen doesn't necessarily think the guards is the weak spot of their team. Jacobson, the out there, number 22, he's the player that's not too flashy but can get the job done, and he's the one that will direct the offense as he is right now.
That's the man on the point. Inside. Got Booz. His first 2 points of the night. Quickly, down to Randall on the baseline. Glovick the rebound. He's the leading rebounder for Aberdeen. Good position that time by the youngster. A little more double teaming, and as a result, there is a foul on Usitalo. See it
Doug
again.
Usitalo, number 15, moves in on Jacobson there. Tried to get his feet set, but he was still sliding laterally when he ran into Jacobson, so that's a foul.
2 team fouls now on Shorecrest. Get up to 5 and you shoot. You go with a 1-on-1. Jacobson. He's hit 2 from there already. Levy with a rebound. Usitalo with it. High post to Olsen. That's a favorite shot of his. Glovick with another rebound. They lead Aberdeen. Aberdeen on top, 6-5. 4.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Glovick inside, has good touch as a big man. Tried to get it inside to Brian Paul rather. I don't know how many times we'll get that mixed up. Brian Paul lost it as it goes out of bounds. 3 turnovers now. Baseline. Jim Farrell with a shot. Keith Olsen with the foul. First one.
Olsen really didn't have position for that rebound. As you can see, he's in behind Booz, and in his attempt to bat the ball away, he was over Booz's back.
That's the one thing about Booz. He has great position. He's 6'5", 210. You're not going to argue with that man very often. Brian Paul with it. Paul, pretty good ball handler. He can go inside or work outside. Little lob, but Usitalo's there. Shorecrest could move ahead on a bucket here. Glovick got a piece of it. Great move by Levy. Little jump hook. Shorecrest in the lead by 1, 7-6. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Jacobson. Glovick. Hall. Glovick. Jacobson. Trying to get it inside. Kind of a sagging man-to-man look.
Aberdeen was successful last night working it into inside, like on this play.
Glovick, he can't buy the TV, gets his own rebound. Chuck Glovick, he averages 8.5 points a game. That's his first 2 tonight.
More importantly, he looks to make the rebounds. That's the first stat he likes to look at, and his rebound there led to his bucket.
Farrell, the captain.
The student body president for Shorecrest, a 4.0 grade point average. He makes the score 9-8.
Jacobson. So far, a pretty fast-paced game. Just under 3 minutes remaining, first quarter, 9-8, Shorecrest. Randall trying to penetrate. It counts.
But he's going to be charged with an offensive foul, I believe, Don.
Right.
Let's check it as they go to the bench.
He will.
Randall drove, good left-handed dribble, drove, and there was the stationary number 44 for Aberdeen. That's Brian Paul. The foul is there, but the bucket counts.
We've got 2:45 remaining in the first quarter. Shorecrest leading Aberdeen 11-8.
Straight from Mazda, FOD, fun on delivery. And your Puget Sound Mazda dealer delivers the most. The Mazda GLC, front-wheel drive, state-of-the-art rack and pinion steering, 5-speed or automatic, 1.5 overhead cam, 4-wheel independent suspension. A jewel in fit and finish. Fun on delivery for as low as $52.95. See your Puget Sound Mazda dealer today.
For contact lenses in fashion eyewear.
You can trust us, you know that we care. The optical department at Sears.
Now get soft contact lenses for only $79. Imagine, only $79 for soft contact lenses. Many people leave with their lenses the same day. Soft contact lenses, now $79.
You can trust us, you know that we care. The optical department at Sears.
Welcome back to the Seattle Center Coliseum, where with 2:45 remaining, first quarter, Aberdeen trailing Shorecrest 11-8 here in the State AA Boys Finals. Great to have you along, people in Spokane, Lewiston, Idaho, Tri-Cities area, Yakima. Wonderful that you're spending a Saturday night with us. Out on top is Brian Paul with it. Aberdeen, little tough time right now trying to get it inside, and that's where their strength is. Scoring with a big man like that man, Scott Booth.
Booz is a tight end in football. He's a junior, so they've got another year to look forward to him on both the football and the basketball.
A lot of schools have already expressed interest in this. Ron Randall shoots from outside. Now, he's capable of doing that quite often. 4 points for him. Hasn't really loosened up yet. Jacobson does a nice job bringing the ball up court. Just under 2 minutes, first quarter. 3-point lead for Shorecrest. Jacobson. Inside, Levy with a rebound for Shorecrest. He had a man way down court. Didn't see him in time, however. Randall, there he is. He's still on the baseline. Has time to get it away. See what we were talking about, how Randall, when he warms up, he's a bit of a streak shooter. He can score a lot of points for you. As a matter of fact, he had 23 last night.
Randall usually starts strongly and kind of fades away as the game goes on, and he's certainly holding true to the first part of that tradition.
Jacobson with him. Foul line. Steal by Randall. 6 straight points. He could make it 7. He was fouled by Rob Bailey, number 40. He is checking out of the game right now, as a matter of fact.
Coach Jim,
coming back in.
Coach Jim Enslin figures that Randall has carried this team to 3 or 4 games this year just on the strength of moves like that this year. The team as a whole hasn't been playing well, but Randall just put some kind of spark into it. And his spark on that play has given his club a 17-10 lead, and now he makes it 18-10.
So Randall has been quite a divot so far. 18-10, as Lou said. 1 minute remaining, first quarter. Jacobson against Usitalo. Get used to it. We'll see a lot of that tonight, more than likely. Another steal. Usitalo. 10-point lead. Biggest of the night. 20-10. Shorecrest trying to break it open. 6 turnovers now for Aberdeen here in just the first quarter. How did Brian Paul brought it down himself? Jacobson having a devil of a time going against Usitalo and Ron Randall. Glovick inside has Paul. He's fouled underneath. Fouled by number 23, the captain, Jim Farrell.
Okay, now that Aberdeen is trailing by 10, time to bring up a point what we mentioned with Aberdeen coach Randy Hancock. What happens to your club if you're down by 10 early in the ball game? Well, he told us the reason that's happening probably is because we have not been doing the things that got us here. And the thing that got him there is this kid, number 44, Brian Paul. And if they tried to work it into him on this play, he was fouled. So it shows they're not really panicking because they're down by 10. Now down by 9 because of the bucket. They're still going to try to stick to that game plan of working it into Paul. Keep your eye on number 44 in yellow because he is the key if Aberdeen wants to cut down this 8-point deficit.
20-12, 28 seconds remaining. Shorecrest on top. Farrell with it. Very intelligent ball player. 4-point GPA. Playing catch with Usitalo. As you can see, they're stalling. Down to 10. 9 seconds to the end of the first quarter. Going for the last one. Down to the baseline. Levy. Can't buy it. 1 second. No call, no foul. And that's the end of the first quarter. Shorecrest in control. 20. Aberdeen 12. We'll be right back.
The Toyota standard truck has some very impressive numbers. 25. Even more impressive is 32. And best of all, 62.98. If you're looking for great mileage at a good price in a hard-working truck, go by the numbers. Go by number 1, the best-selling line of small trucks.
Oh, what a feeling, Toyota.
Odessa Brown came to Seattle as a licensed beautician, but soon was appointed to a position with the Central Area Motivation Program. A dynamic woman with a deep concern for others, she worked tirelessly toward the establishment of a healthcare facility for children in the central area of Seattle. She died in 1969, and the following year, the Odessa Brown Children's Clinic became a reality. Odessa Brown, a part of our Washington.
Let's go to Elaine Perkins now for an update on the girls' AA final.
A little less than a minute and a half left here in the first half of the AAA final, and Auburn is leading Clover Park 23-19. Now Auburn is the quicker of these two teams, the team that runs a lot. Both teams are running up and down. We've had a close, tight game. 23-19, Auburn on top. We'll keep you posted.
Thank you, Elaine Perkins. Right here, we're ready to start the second quarter of the boys' AA finals. They flip-flopped in AAA for the girls first over in Heck-Ed. The Shorecrest, in the meantime, enjoying an 8-point lead, 20-12. And the big people inside have not produced as well as they did last night for Aberdeen. Aberdeen with a very impressive win last night over North Kitsap, 60-42. Aberdeen had lost to North Kitsap in one of the earlier rounds, so they came back and really got some revenge. Now, of course, they're in the finals. Here we go, second half.
I was going to say, Don, if we have to take success for Shorecrest in the first quarter, it's the rebounding of number 41 in green, Darren Levy, who has pulled down 4 rebounds, and the scoring of Randall.
Keith Olson. Back to the 10-point lead and more. Pressure, full court press by Shorecrest. Jacobson will try it again against Usitalo. Almost took it home, Glovick. Remember, this is the third straight game these people have played. 3 in 3 days. Glovick on the turnaround. Good position by Booth. Back with an 8. Go Aberdeen. The Bobcats. 7-14, second quarter. Farrell. You saw the numbers. That tells the story. Quickly, good ball movement that time as Farrell cashes it in. Farrell averaging 11 points a game, capable of scoring.
That's 6 points for Farrell now.
This pressure's driving Aberdeen nuts, quite frankly. It's wearing them out. By the fourth quarter, this could be, unless Shorecrest gets worn out too, it could really be a telling toll in this game. Booz inside, knocked away by Olsen with authority. Shorecrest could move out to a 12-point lead. 24-14. Good board by Glovick. Had 12 rebounds last night.
And we've got him unofficially with 4 right now.
He's right on pace. Brian Paul, been a quiet man so far. No longer.
So now the deficit is 8. Don, it's interesting to bring up as far as Aberdeen is concerned. They were jittery in the opener. They committed 20 turnovers in the opening game of the state playoffs. But they still won. They rallied to go to overtime.
Olsen looking inside for Levy. Farrell. Boy, he moves well. He's a good, quick athlete. They reverse it. He got a man wide open. Engelhardt out here who just checked in is wide open. Finally gets the ball, but as you can see, too many yellow jerseys. Olsen on the baseline. Levy. It counts and he's fouled. Check that. Offensive foul. He threw an elbow. But the shot counts.
Here it is again, going up for the shot. He's hit on the elbow just as he put the shot up. The whistle is blown as they're walking the other way. It's an offensive foul, but the bucket counts. 26-16. Shorecrest on top by 10.
First foul now on Levy. Glovick will go to the foul line.
Glovick moved from Aberdeen when he was in the 7th grade and returned only this year, and he's in an Aberdeen basketball uniform and scores there, cutting the margin to 26-17.
You would expect a guy like Booz to be the physical player in there, which he is, but their coach Randy Hancock feels that Glovick is the most physical inside. He kind of establishes the tempo inside, and right now, Aberdeen is with an 8, 26-18, 5:24, second quarter. State AA champions, 9 of the champions, and we're glad to have you with us. Keith Olsen. Olsen with 5. Boy, I tell you, I'm getting tired watching this press. You can imagine how people like Ron Randall, number 33, feels. Right now, Checky Jacobson, I can imagine how he feels. Paul, Glovick.
Shorecrest doing an excellent job of cutting down Paul, number 44 again. He just can't get him the ball.
Great shot. Okay. Snodgrass with good touch. He shoots 56% from the field. He's a good one.
Let's look at the defense now for Shorecrest. They're in that 1-3-1 zone. This has been their most successful defense of the tournament.
In the meantime, Ron Randall draws the foul.
They've been playing, Aberdeen has been playing a zone defense throughout the entire tournament. They have not played a man-to-man defense yet. And of the 3 zone defenses that they play, the 1-3-1, which they have switched to now in the second quarter, has been their most successful.
Scott Booz with a foul, number 54. Ron Randall. 6-foot senior. He's had a real tough go. He had a bad ankle in the early part of the season, an infected arm from a construction job. He's somehow got some shavings into his arm. But he can score when he needs to. Right there, he didn't do it. Jacobson. Inside, Glovick. Oh, a little more authority now, huh, Lou?
Strong move. Glovick was all-conference when he played at Bainbridge last year. Didn't even make the all-honorable mention team for Aberdeen this year, and his teammates think that, well, he's just the unsung hero of that team.
Auburn on top, halftime, AAA Girls Championship. As you see action in Farrell scoring again for Shorecrest. With an Oscar.
Here's Jacobson bringing the ball up court. Randall checking him, and Jacobson just puts his shoulder right into a stationary Randall, and that gives the ball back to the Scots.
Okay, we've got a timeout here at the Seattle Center Coliseum. 3:56 remaining, second quarter. It is Shorecrest 31, Aberdeen 22.
This year's home show has hundreds of ways to spruce up your home. See them from noon till 10 today in the Kingdome.
What car can you buy for $47.99, manufacturer's suggested retail price, port of entry? The Honda Civic SL 431. What car has the highest EPA gas mileage figures for 1982? The Honda Civic FE at 55 miles per gallon highway, 41 city. What car line retains its value better than any car in its price range? Honda. Price, mileage, quality. What more could you ask for? See your Puget Sound Honda dealer today.
Her goal was to make a photographic statement about the lives of the people of China. To do this, photojournalist Eve Arnold traveled 40,000 miles. The result? Beginning February 8th, over 100 of her photographs will be on exhibition at the Museum of History and Industry. Don't miss this free exhibition in China, Photographs by Eve Arnold.
There you see on the left, Rick Reed, check that. Rick Reed, the assistant coach at Shorecrest, and Jim Enslin on the far right as he was sitting down. Done a very good job. 13 years as head coach at Shorecrest. Meantime, back to live action. Down to the baseline. Levy. Ball knocked loose, and Olsen's in the right place. Olsen with 7 points so far. 33-22. Shorecrest on top. 3:37 remaining here in the second quarter. Back inside. Big muscle move by Ryan Paul, doesn't work. Here's Olsen again with another rebound, playing a great game. Randall back to Olsen. Randall. Still a zone defense by Aberdeen. Farrell. Tried to go with the fancy pass, didn't work. Had his man there, nice try.
Dennis Ratty in the game now for Aberdeen, brings the ball up court, number 14.
Snodgrass holds on. That's Ratty, number 14. Paul outside.
Don, maybe they're going to try to work at him outside. Let him throw in some shots like that, maybe open up underneath.
Well, he's a 56% shooter from the outside. Why not give him a shot? Farrell, he'll take it. Levy again. Farrell again. Randall. The shooting gallery. Finally, Booz underneath gets the rebound and draws the foul. We're on Darren Levy.
Aberdeen fans not booing in the background. They're yelling, Booz, Booz.
Second foul on Levy.
Booz gets that close to bringing down a rebound. Nobody's going to take it away from him.
Actually, he's a very, very quiet young man. Very agile. A lot of football coaches in college, they look at the quickness of a player's feet when he's big. And he's the kind that is very quick. He runs on his toes, not necessarily his heels. And that's a sign that the man's fast and quick and could be an excellent prospect.
A lot of his strength comes because he worked very hard in the offseason on his shooting and improving his post moves, and it's paid off. It's helped get his team to the state finals.
Booz with 8 points. 33-26. Aberdeen still trailing. They have throughout much of this game. We're in the second quarter. A little less than 2.5 minutes remaining. Farrell. Quick baseline pass to Levy. Got an elbow on Ron Randall. That's his third foul, Lou.
That could be key because Randall, as we said from the outset, has been the spark plug at the beginning. He's got 10 points so far. They need that 10 points. Let's watch again. Randall, a little shove to number 32 there, then goes back up for the ball. Well, he was whistled for that little shove as he went for the rebound.
And he'll have to sit down probably for the rest of the half with 3 fouls. There's a good shot of Jim Enslin, head coach at Shorecrest. There's Mike Snodgrass. His third point of the night.
Snodgrass is the 6th man on this Aberdeen team. In fact, he started for much of the year, but then in the last 10 games of the season, he was asked to play that 6th man role that he did as a junior and did so well because he can play anywhere. Guard, forward, you name it.
2:09 remaining second quarter, 33-27. About the closest Aberdeen has been in quite some time. 6 points. Olsen, I think he got the baseline.
He did. Let's watch as he tried to make that baseline move, and frankly, he just stepped right out of bounds. Olsen, there's his foot out of bounds.
Ooh, I don't know.
Keep in mind our angle there. I think his heel was over the line. Looked a little closer with that camera angle, I think, Don.
Hall on the fadeaway. Matt Royal with that rebound as he moves up court. And the steal.
Booz showing his tight end hands, catching that ball.
Yeah, boy, I like him. He's a real specimen, you might say. Prospect. Snodgrass, good shooter from outside. Got a foul.
Matt Royal.
Matt is their super sub. Sometimes they'll even start in the ball game, but in that case, he's had a long ways right there for a man who's 6'7". First foul on Matt Royal. Snodgrass on the line. He's a 56% shooter as well. 10 points last night in the semifinals.
Well, it's obvious the reason that Snodgrass has been brought into the game because of his defense. Well, now he's on the offensive end trying to put in some points. But his defense is his strong suit. And they obviously have to shut down some of those short-cross shooters to get back into the ballgame.
We got a ball game, 33-29. Aberdeen moving within 4. Shorecrest slowing down a bit. It hurts not having Randall in there. Olsen checked out by Glovick.
1 minute, 15 seconds now in the half, Don.
Snodgrass. Ryan Paul, why not? Oh, they got a break. Ratty now inside, Glovick. They're within 2.
Hey, that's 8 points for Glovick now.
All right, I would imagine now Shorecrest will go for one shot. We're down to 48 seconds, 47. Farrell doesn't look like he wants to stall very long. Almost took the open shot. He doesn't want to stall. Levy crashing the boards, no foul, but Aberdeen has the ball. They can tie it here. They will most certainly go for one shot. I'm surprised Shorecrest didn't do that.
Hey, and who do you want to get it to? In any other game, I'd say 44 Brian Paul, but I like Glovick. Glovick's been hot.
Inside to it. Lane catch. That's Paul.
Yeah, he'll take it.
Ready. And that's how the first half ends. Shorecrest, after going out to a 10 and 12-point lead, have only a 2-point margin here at halftime. 33-31, Shorecrest with an intermission lead.
Raise a glass of milk and give a cheer, 'cause the Dairy Farmers Fitness Club is here.
Come on, everybody, get off your duff.
It's time to work out and show your stuff. You can join us and be a member too. Just exercise and drink your food. 'Cause milk sure looks good on you. Milk looks good on you.
Now, Puget Sound viewers can wake up to this region's only comprehensive morning news show. Find out what happened while you were sleeping.
Good morning.
And what's in store for the day on King 5 Morning News. A complete half hour of international, national, and local news with Don Madsen. The latest in sports. A complete weather report from Jeff Renner. All the news you need in the morning to get you going. Plus, Skyview traffic reports to keep you going. King 5 Morning News. Weekday mornings at 6:30.
It's halftime here in the Seattle Center Coliseum with Shorecrest leading Aberdeen 33-31. Meantime, across the canal a few miles away at the University of Washington, Elaine Perkins with an update on the AAA Girls Finals.
Second half just got started here at the AAA final, and Auburn has a 29-27 lead over Clover Park. They led 25-21 at the half. Clover Park was up 13-12 at the end of one quarter. This one's just gone back and forth. Auburn in a bit more of control now. A couple of individual things we should note. Danya Monroe, one of the top players we mentioned in the beginning in the Northwest, had 12 points, 6 rebounds in the first half. She's playing incredibly well. Everything we've heard about her is true. And for Auburn, Lisa Rashkow just tied a tournament record with 18 assists for the tournament. This one is nip and tuck, back and forth. We'll keep you posted, and we'll have an interview with the winning coach after the contest. But right now, Auburn is leading Clover Park 29-27.
Thank you, Elaine Perkins. In the meantime, my goodness, we have some young ladies here that are showing their athletic abilities as well. This is Seaholm High School. They just won their 10th consecutive state championship. Nola Ayers is the coach and the narrator right now. These are the top 10 finalists, and they're doing a whale of a good job. Seaholm up near Bellingham.
Washington Interscholastic Activities Association, the WIAA, which sponsors in part the basketball tournament you're watching tonight, also sponsors a number of activities and really oversees the high school activities that our youngsters are involved in throughout the state. And gymnastics is just one of the many sports. And those in attendance here tonight, as well as you at home, getting a chance to see the state's best from Seaholm High School.
Tonight we thought it might be kind of fun to talk about a different brand of basketball. Of course, the one we're seeing tonight is different from the normal televised brand, that being pro or major college basketball. So we thought we would talk with SBU coach Jim Poteet and check it out with him.
Above the obvious, what are some of the differences between high school and pro ball, besides the height, the quickness, the talent?
Well, I think one of the things that's very noticeable right from the start, Don, is the enthusiasm of the high school level of basketball. If you go to any state tournament across America, there's an enthusiasm at the high school state tournament that's not matched at the NCAA finals, or if the Sonics were playing for the World Championship this year. There's just not the same thing as a high school state tournament for enthusiasm.
We're getting some of that tonight, that's for sure. Let's talk tactically now. Let's talk first about the high school and college level right now, where you can run the zone defense.
Well, I think one of the reasons we do is we don't have a shot clock in college and high school basketball, and so teams tend to back up in the zone and force the other team to play a perimeter game and shoot from outside. The other thing is most high school teams will only have maybe one or two good outside shooters, so if they'll see low-scoring games, and you'll see games with a great deal of tactics involved, maybe holding the ball.
A lot of perimeter work, too, where they're just passing and can't penetrate very well.
That's true, and you'll see some low-scoring games like I saw a 49-39 game the other day in the state tournament, and they couldn't shoot the ball very well from outside.
Now, one of the prevalent defenses we've seen anyway in the tournament and throughout high school basketball is the box and one, the four people in the zone and then the man-to-man.
Well, again, what happens in a high school game, maybe a team has one great scorer, and he can do a great job, and the rest of the team are not that great a scorer, so the coach defensively on the other team will go to the box and one, and he'll line up in a box like this and then put one man-to-man on that great scorer wherever he goes. Real obvious example of that last week in the Class A tournament down in Tacoma. Dirk Lance from Kings High School here in North Seattle is a great scorer, and everywhere he went, teams were playing a box and one against him, and what they do would line their defense up in a box, and then they'd put one man on Lance wherever he went.
So he's man-to-man no matter what?
No matter what, and that's tough on a player. I remember speaking to Dirk after the state tournament was over, and he said, I'm really looking forward to getting to college because I won't be played this way. They'll have to worry about other guys besides me, and that happens many times with a great player. In the Mercer Island Davis game, Joey Harris from Davis was having a great game, and Mercer Island went to some box and one against him.
In that case, this was Joe Harris out here moving well and penetrating very well.
Right, and Kyle Pepple was guarding him.
Right. How about the famous North Carolina four-corner offense? Well, something that they use a lot.
Because you have 4 quarters in high school basketball, it seems that every coach wants to get the last shot of each quarter. So at about the minute mark, whoever has the ball tends to go into the 4 corners. And what they do in the 4 corners offensively is they line up with their best ball handler in the middle and then their next 2 best ball handlers on each side. Put their 2 big guys back here and they spread out. And this guy tries to dribble and penetrate or dump off to one of the wing guys. And what they usually try to do is wait till about the 10-second on-in mark and get the last shot of the corner and score. In fact, in the Mercer Island Davis-Yakima game, late in the game, Mercer Island went into 4 corners and Kyle Pepple made a drive and got a 3-point play, which gave them a 3-point lead late in the game.
By the way, what is the motion now? Do these two tend to go down and screen so they can come up, or they just stay out there?
No, these 2 guys tend to stand, and these 2 guys tend to stay in their positions, and as this guy penetrates like this man will have to come over and take him, and then he can pass off. And then he dribbles to the middle, and he fills that spot. And basically what they're trying to do is to wait for the last shot. Dean Smith and his North Carolina Tar Heels has made this offense famous, and probably the thing it's going to do for us is give us a shot clock in college and high school basketball.
Now go out, get your pad and pencil. We'll have a quiz in 15 minutes. We're at halftime at the Coliseum, 33-31, Shorecrest.
1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the Champ. 5x5. 5 doors and room for 5. That's the Champ. 5x5 by Mitsubishi. No other 5-door beats Champ's estimated gas MPG. Not Toyota, Datsun, or Honda. New Champ 5x5. A very low price and fun to drive. New Champ 5x5 by Mitsubishi. Master car builders of Japan. Imported only for Plymouth.
Get a Champ. Get a check for $300 and 2 years free scheduled maintenance.
Introducing Libby's new Orange Frost. It's a frosty orange experience. Take pure orange juice, ice, and the magic of Orange Frost drink mix and blend them together. It's a frosty orange experience. New Orange Frost is deliciously smooth and fun. It's a frosty orange experience. Orange Frost in the produce section. New from Libby's.
Some people might say Al Wallace will do just about anything for a story. He's dangled from the Space Needle, co-piloted a 747, relived basic training, and went right to the source for an important weather story.
Does it mean you're going back to sleep for another 6 weeks?
This Sunday at 6:30, watch a special edition of How Come, featuring the career of Al Wallace as he celebrates his 25th anniversary with King.
If you live alone, no matter what your age, you might feel a need for a regular phone call from a reliable person. Bellevue's Overlake Hospital Auxiliary provides this service with its telecare program. A telecare volunteer makes a call to you at a prearranged time every morning. This daily call can be a good safety measure. If you or someone you know would like to take advantage of this service and you live within the program's local dialing area, please call Overlake Hospital at 454-4011.
Briefly looking at some of the thumbnail stats today. First half, Keith Olson with 7 points, 1 foul. Nobody in real big problems except Ron Randall. 10 points, but 3 fouls. He had to sit out the last about 2.5 minutes, I believe, in the first half. Free throws, Shorecrest, 3 for 5. Turnovers, not that bad. Rebounds, impressive. And 1 block shot. Once again, Olson, Farrell with 8 points. Shooting well from outside. Randall got in that hot streak he's well known for. Aberdeen, Glovick, he got warm inside. Nobody in any kind of foul problem. Snodgrass came off the bench and was very effective. And Paul was 6. That's quiet. Quiet for him, a slow night. Turnovers, 8. That's a big difference right there. Rebounds, 10, and 1 block shot. We're at halftime. We'll be right back with the second half of the AA Boys Championship in Seattle, Washington.
I have a home where trees are tall and kids can grow up free.
I have a home where friends are true, the air is clean, the skies are blue.
I have a home where helping hands are there when neighbors call.
Our home is Washington, where people are still involved. Involved in love, involved in life, involved in work and play, trying to make tomorrow a better day. At Rainier Bank, we're involved, we're involved.
The 5,000 men and women at Rainier Bank are proud to be involved with the people and the businesses who make Washington the greatest state in the world.
Washington is our home, at Rainier Bank, we're involved.
After a blistering tail end of the first quarter and the first part of the second, Shorecrest has cooled off a little bit. They led by as much as 12. Now they have only a 2-point margin as we start the second half. Lou Gello?
Well, Don, it's interesting to note Shorecrest jumped out to an early big lead. Aberdeen didn't lose patience, came back slowly but surely and whittled it down to the halftime margin of 2. Now, one problem here, Aberdeen is not used to playing in an arena as large as this thing. They're used to playing in Aberdeen, in the harbor. It's quiet. I mean, it's not quiet, but it's tight, and there's a wall behind the baskets. They've had to get used to that, but one thing that makes it sound like home is their fans, which, as we've said, are sitting right behind us. If anything makes it seem like home, it is the fans, and it'll be interesting to see if they can carry the momentum that they had at the end of the first half when they whittled away that 10-point deficit to 2 points into the second half.
Bill Misley, the official now, will throw the ball up. Ron Storsley, our other official tonight. And we're ready to go with the second half of the State Boys AA Finals. Jacobson with it. Inside, there's Brian Paul. He's starting out much better now in the second half than he did at the beginning of the ball game. 8 points for Brian, his first, of course, here in the second half.
Don, interesting to note, the lineups are just the same as when we started the ball game, with one exception. Snodgrass is starting the second half for Aberdeen. He's the defensive specialist.
And he's scoring well tonight. There's Farrell. The 4-point student with 10 points so far tonight.
Here it is in the third quarter, Don. Clover Park.
35. Clover Park in the third quarter. Pretty good penetration. Traveling. It was either that or kicking the ball, one or the other. Aberdeen turnover. And Ron Randall with those 3 fouls back in the game. I think he kicked it more than anything.
He had the ball batted away, but then it was batted right back to his leg, yes.
35-33. Shorecrest still with that 2-point lead. Farrell again. Jacobson against Usitalo. Booz. Oh, inside, Snodgrass. Here comes Shorecrest. Randall, he'll go for it. Boy, he saw an opening and tried to take advantage of it as Levy tries to get it. And there's Randall again.
You know, Aberdeen's crashing the board so well, they're knocking each other out of there, and the Scots are coming down with the ball.
Sometimes you get too far under the basket. Randall. 12 points for Ron.
Well, he's definitely the hot hand. He's got to stay out of foul trouble, though.
Look at Jacobson. Boy, that was reminiscent of Danny Ainge in that great NCAA ball game last year. Last second victory for them at BYU. Looked just like him. Weaved through the defense and scored. 37-35. Still a 2-point lead for Shorecrest. Farrell. Full court pressure again, as in the first half. Long pass to Snodgrass.
Wisely waits for the rest of his team.
He's got a real height advantage. Snodgrass goes over Randall. Let's see if they take advantage of it. There's Snodgrass. He's much taller than Randall. 3-on-2. Farrell. Glovick the rebound for Aberdeen.
We've got him with 7 rebounds now, and we still have 5:18 to play in this quarter and another quarter to go.
Shorecrest holding on to a 4-point lead. Glovick. Paul. Can't buy it right now. .457, third quarter. Turnover Shorecrest. Aberdeen in their home yellow uniform. John Jacobson, number 22, bringing it down court. 5'9", senior. Inside, Booz. Foul on Shorecrest as Booz went to the hoop.
Might be Olsen, Don. Let's see. Let's watch it again. Booz driving. Now watch Olsen's double zero.
It is.
He comes over his back, and yes. Got him with the body.
Booz got a finger in the eye. He's talking to the referee right now at the foul line.
Oh, it's a nasty cut. He has opened a cut on his, just to the outside of his left eye, and they're going to check that now. Now from here, they're pretty close to our broadcast area. It appears to be okay. Let's see what, now the team doctor's going to take a look at him, or the trainer.
It occurred right after his shot. You could see his head go back just a little bit when he came down. There's head coach Randy Hancock.
Boy, they sure would hate to have to lose Booz at this station in the game at 39-35, 4.5 to play in the third quarter.
There's a good shot of Randy Hancock with a mustache, head coach in his second year at Aberdeen. He bumped somebody right along the baseline there. As he came down.
He's going to put a little powder on it to try to stop the
that's for his hands.
Slipping of his hands, I guess.
Not for the injury.
To stop the blood. Well, he's going to go back in.
Booz with 8 points, along with his fellow teammate inside, Glovick.
Normally, they might have made a substitution right there because he was hurt, but he's got to go to the foul line to shoot. So he's got to come back, and that's why they took the time to check the cut and make sure he could stay in the ballgame.
He has 2 shots. 39-36. Aberdeen back within 3.
Still blinking. He can feel that. The referee's still asking if he's okay. He may have taken an elbow there to the side of the head, Don, rather than a finger.
No, that's what he did. When he came down, somebody bumped him as he went for the rebound. Olsen with it. 4.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. 39-36, Shorecrest with the ball and the lead in the dark green jersey. Olsen back down to the baseline and Randall. Usatella. Farrell. Playing catch outside, trying to penetrate. Don't need to when you can shoot like that. Again, full court pressure. Booz. 41-36. Shorecrest with the lead. Inside, the turnaround, Glovick can't buy it. Jacobson took care of that fast break by Shorecrest.
Usatella got him with the back of his hand. That's the second foul for Usatella, number 15.
High school ball. I don't know why players even try that. It's almost an automatic foul when you reach around. College ball, not so bad. Pro ball, certainly not so bad.
So that's the second team foul for Shorecrest in the second half. So Aberdeen will retain possession.
Hall. That's his 10th point of the night. 41-38. Shorecrest still on top. They haven't given up the lead, but they've had a couple of pretty good scares here in the second half and the second quarter. Loose ball, here comes Aberdeen. Chuck Glovick with it, and he goes to Jacobson. Fouling 5. Got a foul on Randall, number 4.
Oh, boy. That was a big one. Now, 4 personal fouls on him. That's an important statistic to keep in mind. But also keep in mind, that is the third team foul on Shorecrest. Let's watch the foul first. Randall just getting a little greedy for that ball and ran right into Snodgrass.
He'll be replaced here as soon as we have another dead ball. Snodgrass with the ball on the left side. Looking inside. Booz has position against Olsen. Baseline, tippy toes. Everything but the hoop. Usatella. Farrell's not shy about taking that shot.
And Glovick isn't shy about bringing it down either.
2:40 remaining third quarter. This game is moving along. Jacobson out on top. Calls for play number 3. Inside, Glovick, the turnaround. 1-point lead for Shorecrest. This is the closest they've been since the beginning of the ball game.
Glovick may be playing his finest game of the
they've been.
tournament, Don. He may be playing his finest game of the tournament. 10 points for Glovick. And another rebound. Snodgrass that time.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 41-40, Shorecrest hanging on by the fingernails. Booz. Oh. Gee, the shot was there. He had the shot. Randall with it, still in there. Randall. Moving around the key, trying to penetrate, looking inside. Finally, Randall shoots. And Brian Paul comes up with a loose ball. Aberdeen could take the lead here. 41-40. Booz. Got a couple of high posts, a little bit of a mix-up. Finally, here comes Booz. He'll do it himself. Aberdeen on top for the first time, 42, Shorecrest, 41.
When you come to Dairy Queen, we treat you right. We treat you right. When you come to
a Peanut Buster Parfait sale at Dairy Queen. 3 thick layers of real hot fudge, crunchy peanuts, and creamy soft serve in between. The Peanut Buster Parfait sale for only 99 cents at participating Dairy Queen stores. Sale ends Friday.
When you come to Dairy Queen, we treat you right.
Well, I'm sorry. It doesn't look like your loan's going to go through.
But I don't understand. We were able to get credit when my husband was living.
Well, see, that's just it. All of your credit was in your husband's name. I'm sorry. There's no way that I can let you into this house right now.
But what am I going to do? My kids love this house.
I'm sorry. It's out of my hands.
The Washington State Human Rights Commission can answer your questions about compliance with the law against discrimination. Call 464-6500. Human rights are for everyone.
Aberdeen for the first time on top of their opponents. It's early in the game, 42-41, and going to the foul line will be this man, Scott Booth, after a fine move against Keith Olson, 0-0, who caused a foul.
Now, it's important to keep in mind, too, that is the 4th team foul for Shorecrest. One more, and Aberdeen will be going to the line for the remainder of the ball game. On the other side of the coin, Aberdeen has no team fouls.
And 3 fouls on Keith Olson, 0-0, the center for Shorecrest. They find themselves behind for the first time. Here's Sotalo. They're a very composed team, though, for high school players. Both of these are. You have to be to get this far. Levy. Sotalo. Farrell. You think sooner or later the coach would say, hold up, try to get a better shot than that. 35 seconds remaining, third quarter. 42-41, Aberdeen out on top. First breath of fresh air they've had in this game. Snodgrass. We got a foul on Booz. Inside, shoving one of the players around, one of the Shorecrest players. It's his second foul. He's in no danger at all.
15 seconds to go into the third quarter. This gives Shorecrest a chance to get back ahead before the end of the third quarter.
Let's see what they do. Got to believe they'll go inside. I'd go to Olson, trying to draw the foul against that zone.
I'd go to Farrell.
5 seconds, 4. It'll be Sotalo. What can we say? Such is high school basketball, and there's your score after 3 in the boys' AA championship.
This is a $100 bill. It says if you're going to buy a new car, you're going to buy it from us. Totem Lake Ford and Totem Lake Toyota. If you see us first and then decide to buy a new Ford or new Toyota anyplace else, we'll give you a $100 bill just for your trouble. But you won't. Buy a new Ford or new Toyota anyplace else once you've talked to us. Totem Lake Ford, Totem Lake Toyota, where you can ignore the sticker.
Get into Adidas while you're getting in shape. Sports West has Adidas shorts and tops made for running and jumping, playing, and winning. And just having fun with flair. In sizes for men, women, and kids. Love your body. Flash Adidas from Sports West.
Sports West. Our first name is Sports. So come in first. Sports West.
Now to Elaine Perkins and the girls' AAA finals.
We've got about 2.5 minutes left here in the AAA final. Clover Park is up, but just by 3, 44-41. They had taken a commanding lead in the third quarter, but now Auburn is starting to creep back. 3 points, 2.5 minutes to go. We'll let you know as soon as it's over.
Welcome back to the Seattle Center Coliseum, where we're ready to begin what we would probably call the stretch.
This is Darren Levy, number 41 for Shorecrest. He'll be jumping the ball to begin the fourth quarter. Levy, by our count, has 12 rebounds in this ball game to lead all rebounders.
Aberdeen on top, 42-41. Olson with the ball, takes the shot himself. No rebounders underneath with a Costly. And Brian Paul, as you see, comes up with a rebound for Aberdeen. Snodgrass. A little more pressure now on the defense by Shorecrest. Baseline. Paul can't put it in. Rebound, Glovick. Boy, Chuck has played a marvelous game tonight. Got a good battle between himself and Levy, who you just talked about, Lou.
I'm really impressed with Glovick.
Jacobson. Seen his zone by Shorecrest. Baseline, Snodgrass.
Well,
44-41, Aberdeen with their biggest lead of the night of 3 points.
It's obvious to say the momentum has swung here. The question is, can Shorecrest come back?
That's a good start. The Scots back within one, 44-43. 6:55 remaining here in the ball game. This is for all the beans, the state AA championship for 1982. Let's pause for station identification. This is the King Sports Network.
You're watching KING TV, Channel 5, Seattle.
Just scoring for Shorecrest, putting the Scots back out on top, 45-44. Snodgrass.
Now it's money time.
Olsen. Baseline. Jacobson against Usitano. Fouls Jacobson.
Good hustle by Usitano to get back. Let's watch number 15 in green, the guard for Usitano, getting back on defense. Now tries to turn around in front of him, slaps at the ball. Indeed, did get the ball, but got the hand as well. Here's the other from another angle. Let's watch him slap, and yes, he hit the ball, but he got his arm too.
He did everything right except the move to knock the ball away. Should have just tried to get the body position under the hoop.
And keep in mind, every time there is a foul for Shorecrest, from here on out, Aberdeen will go to the foul line.
Aberdeen holding on to a 1-point lead, 46-45. That's Farrell, the captain of the Scots, to the right side. Engelhardt. Back to Farrell. Aberdeen in the zone. Jacobson. Boo's almost got a piece of it, but Farrell was open as a result. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Jacobson, evidently, for reaching in. Looked like he had two hands.
Let's see if he had two hands, Don. The ball is in there, and Farrell grabs away. I don't know about that one, Don.
No, that one.
Jacobson appeared to get a good hand on that one. That's his first foul. He'll sit down for a while, however. And let's see who came in. Number 14 for Aberdeen is Dennis Ratty, the junior, 5'9", 140 pounds.
He'll take over at the point. Farrell back to Usitano. Levy. Back into the lead goes Shorecrest High. 5 minutes. 5 minutes remaining in the game. Usitano all over him, reading him like a book. Ratty doing a good job against the pressure of Usitano. Snodgrass. Back to Brian Paul. He's knocked all over the ball. No, what do they say? Oh my, offensive foul. It's the first one on Brian Paul.
Let's watch and see if the defender had position. Well, he's got position on the floor, obviously. We picked it up a little bit late. The call, let's hear
it. Here it is.
There's the ball. He turns right in, and
good call.
Hey, it was a good call. You bet he had position. Farrell was standing stationary.
Shorecrest with the ball in the lead by 1. Down to 4.5 minutes remaining. This is for all of it. This is what 3-4 months of basketball is all about. Levy. Couple of very gutsy shots. Glovick. Oh, what a move. He answers Levy. 4:05 remaining. 49 for Shorecrest. 48 for the men in yellow, Aberdeen. Snodgrass tried to get it. Loose ball, ready. And Glovick comes up with it. Great move.
And Booz is wide open here at the other end, but they don't see him.
Ready. Oh, they're going to call. The referee calls a foul on Usitalo. That's interesting. Storsley called that foul. The referee along the baseline. Misley was right out at the center line, and he didn't call it.
Usitalo was trying to move around and get in position, but he could not, and he was whistled with the foul.
Timeout on the court here in the fourth quarter. 3:45 remaining in the state AA championship. It is Shorecrest 49 and Aberdeen 48. Hold on.
Back in 1974, Pacific Northern Oil was a small fish in a big pond. Then Rainier Bank got involved. We set up a streamlined system of financing oil purchases using letters of credit. This gave P&O the financial clout they needed to grow. Today, they custom blend fuel for ships in Puget Sound and Portland. In fact, they're one of the largest privately owned companies in the Northwest. Now, you may not run a $180 million fuel company, but no matter what size you are, even if you're just starting out, we probably have a way to help your ship come in.
At Rainier Bank, we're involved.
Welcome back. Seattle Center Coliseum. Shorecrest on top of Aberdeen, 49-48, with 3:45 remaining in tonight's ball game. Lou Gellos.
Fouls are important here. Aberdeen's got to hit because every time they get fouled, they're going to go to the line because of the team foul situation.
Ratty can't put it in on the rebound. Booz, no. Glovick. Darren Levy is nailed with a foul, number 41.
Levy has 3 fouls now. Randall has 4 fouls for Shorecrest. Usitalo has 4 fouls. Here it is again. Glovick up. There's 41. That's Levy. Has pretty good position, it looks like, but he got him with the body as Glovick went up.
Going live, and the shot is good. 3-point play. Aberdeen on top by 2. 51-49. 3:30 remaining now in the ball game. Inside Olsen. Oh, what a gutsy player he is. He wants the ball, we are understanding. But when it gets to the nitty-gritty, he wants it. He knows he can do the job. Snodgrass. Scott Booz has played very well tonight, still with the ball. Now he's going to play a little guard. Ratty. Glovick. Snodgrass. Nobody blocked him out. Olsen had a free avenue to go down and get that ball. That's Randall with it. Farrell. No call. With a tie game, 51 apiece, Shorecrest gets the ball again.
Good try by the junior guard to keep it in play, but he just couldn't hold on to it.
Inside, Levy.
Only the second, or rather fourth team foul for Aberdeen.
Fouls on Brian Paul. Here's your final now, the AAA for the girls. Congratulations to Clover Park defeating Auburn 52-47. Levy on the foul line. The game is still tied, 51-51. Might see the little tassel on his right stripe of his jersey. That is doing to show that he is playing with good sportsmanship in mind. Many of the players are doing that, but right now he's not thinking a whole lot about sportsmanship. His team leads 52-51. 2.5 minutes remaining in the state championship. Ratty! He traveled.
Yeah, Aberdeen's going to make a change now. They're going to time out, I think. No, I guess not. They're going to make a substitution when the right opportunity arises.
Jacobson's going to come back in, probably for Randy. Shorecrest wants a timeout.
Randy probably should have pulled out a little bit, try to set up, work up the offense, as we've said all night. Aberdeen and Shorecrest both, but Aberdeen likes to work the ball in from the half-court area. A slow, disciplined offense, try to look for the open shot, and when Randy just kind of drove right up the lane and tried that shot, ended up traveling. A turnover in a close game like this with 2:25 to go, a one-point ball game. You can't have that. So when we get back to going, we'll see a substitute. We'll see Jacobson back in the ball game.
Jim Inslip, head coach for Shorecrest. Maybe we can hear him. Let's try. Still pressing. Tonight's coverage of the state basketball tournament is brought to you statewide by Rainier Bank. At Rainier Bank, we're involved. I want to say a special thanks to them, too, because without people like them, we couldn't have really, like I like to put it, returned to a tradition or bring back a tradition. That being the televising of these state championships. All right, stretch run, 2:25 remaining in tonight's ball game. Shorecrest leading 52-51 over Aberdeen. And as you see, Shorecrest seems to be content to kill the clock as much as possible, eat up some time. They're spreading it out.
Well, when we were visiting Enslin in his huddle there, I thought we could hear him say, we want to work it inside. And what they may do here is force Aberdeen to come out a little bit, break out of that zone, and try to work it inside to the people that have been so effective for them all night.
Shorecrest with the lead, 52-51, a minute 51 remaining. Usitalo to Randall. Levy, back to Usitalo. Randall. Aberdeen not willing to go out very far. A minute and a half remaining. No pressure by the guards out front. I'm surprised. Oh! He threw it away. Jacobson. Aberdeen up by one. A minute 10 remaining. A lot of patience by Farrell.
Watch Olsen double zero.
Team who he needs to, what kind of play they want to run. There's Farrell doing it himself. Aberdeen can hold on. They'll have themselves a title. Jacobson back down to Brian Paul. He's saying timeout. Aberdeen is 45 seconds away from a state title.
But in basketball, at any level, a one-point lead is nothing with 45 seconds to go. Shorecrest had the one-point lead, and the turnover led to Jacobson's breakaway bucket, and now Aberdeen has the lead.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we still have the state AAA final coming up, that being against Mercer Island against Roosevelt. And already the Coliseum here in Seattle, I would say, is at least two-thirds full.
Don, it'll be interesting to see what Aberdeen does now, because when Shorecrest had the lead there with about a minute 10 to go, they were content to pass the ball, work it around until they had a sure shot. Well, they ended up forcing a turnover, and it was Aberdeen the lead. Now Aberdeen is in that same situation that Shorecrest was in a moment ago, looking at a one-point lead, and they have the ball. So if they could just run out 45 seconds, they've got a state championship.
If Aberdeen can get the win, it's interesting. Jacobson was the man who was so frustrated in the early going with a lot of heavy pressure by Usitalo. He may be the hero. We'll find out. 45 seconds left. The men in yellow are ahead by one. That's Jacobson. He's fouled by Farrell. Second foul on Farrell, but it means nothing right now. And as Lewis pointed out, we're in the penalty situation.
We had Aberdeen coach Randy Hancock describe some of his players in 2 words. He told me John Jacobson is durable and dependable. And at this stage of the game, coming to the line, you need somebody that's dependable and can hit the bucket. Well, he hit the first one. Aberdeen has a 2-point lead.
You can see in the corner there on the right side of your screen, that is Randy Hancock, the head coach. Aberdeen with a 3-point lead. 37 seconds. Farrell down to the baseline. Randall. Jump ball.
Booz just snagged that baby. And Levy was there too.
Now this is a time where you like a guy like Booz because he's so strong inside. People get excited. You need somebody with some authority in there, and he's just that kind of guy, especially Glovick too.
Hey, Don, you know, they don't do this in high school, but here's a situation where the ball game is on the line, a 3-point difference. And we're going to come back and see a jump ball, which we do not see in college play anymore. It makes you wonder,
which is a shame.
Has the strategy of the game changed with the loss of jump ball in colleges? Well, we're not here to answer that question. We're here to show you that this jump ball has a bearing now. Shorecrest could get the ball back and be in a position to score 2 points and make it a 55-54 ball game. They trail by 3 now with 28 seconds to go. And Enslin definitely wants to instill some excitement in his club.
I think we should point out that Ron Randall had 10 points in the first half, 2 points in the third quarter, and nothing so far in the fourth quarter. He was the hot hand. Of course, you might compare that along with the fouls that he's collected. The more he got, the less he shot.
And keep in mind that Snodgrass came off the bench to guard him and really has effectively shut him down. And not only that, Snodgrass has scored 9 points himself.
Let's set it up for you. 28 seconds remaining. Aberdeen up by 3. 55-52. Jump ball. Booz and Levy. Levy in the green, and out comes Shorecrest with the ball. That's Randall, the man we talked about, and how he has slowed down in his scoring. Olsen inside, forces it up. And he did draw the foul.
22 seconds now to play.
Okay, the foul is on Brian Paul.
That's his third, Don.
2 shots for Keith Olsen. You hate to say it, but Keith will probably remember that foul shot for the next 20 years.
Some 80 practices for these clubs. Over 20 games, all to this moment here with 22 seconds left.
2-point lead for the Bobcats of Aberdeen in the yellow jersey. And Booz is fouled. I don't know why he's handling the ball. Trying to dribble down court, and he's one of your inside people.
That's Usatello's 5th personal foul.
And he is gone. Finished with only 2 points.
But more importantly, I think his defense tonight. He's the floor leader. He's the one that led their offense, and his defense was, well, he drew a couple charges tonight. So some good play by Usatello.
He did a good job against Jacobson. Engelhardt coming back in for the Scots. Bobcats want another timeout.
And there's Doug Usatello. You know, he's a junior. He'll be back. Shorecrest is a team spiced with varying age classifications, unlike Aberdeen. Aberdeen, a squad made up of only 2 juniors, and the rest are seniors. Snodgrass really is the only substitute to score as far as Aberdeen is concerned, but Usatello is a junior. One of, as I look on the roster here, 1, 2, 3 juniors on the team, and 2 sophomores on the team, and then the rest are seniors. So look for some of these Shorecrest players to be back, and Usatello will be one of them. Well, Don, I want to ask you now. Here's Clover Park. Clover Park. Here's Shorecrest down by 2 points with 19 seconds to go. What is he going to talk about?
Oh, you're asking the announcer.
Sure.
Thank you. Shorecrest right now. They need a missed field. They need a missed foul shot real badly. In fact, they've got a timeout remaining. If he misses, quick timeout. A quick timeout if he misses this first one.
Last time Booz was at the line, if I remember, was right after his eye was got by the elbow there, and he missed the foul shot.
Scott Booz, the 4-point student. 56-53. Aberdeen back up by 3 enormous points at this stage with 19 seconds left.
That may have been his most important free throw of his career.
15 seconds left, and they draw the foul. Boy, that's the big mistake. You can't do that. Is draw the foul, especially not a guy like Ron Randall, who now goes to the foul line. I'm looking down right now at Randy Hancock, the head coach for Aberdeen. He can't believe it. He's telling his men, why didn't you put your hands straight up? Now that man's on the line, and he's lethal.
12 points for Randall tonight.
57-53. 57-54. 15 seconds remaining. He makes this. Anything can happen.
Timeout, Shorecrest.
Shorecrest wants a timeout this time. Boy, this is where you get down to the old one coach trying to outthink the other coach.
Well, still Aberdeen has the advantage in two senses here. First of all, they're ahead by 2 points, and they do have the ball. But Shorecrest is a team that, well, showed us in the open. Let's try to check into the Shorecrest tunnel now.
Now, hey, couple situations. They might try a crisscross, right? If they do, you can jump out on the guy that's going long and then get a charge, right? We got to put him on the line anyway. Score that thing. So switch on any pick and jump out and steal the ball. Got that? Okay, you want to let him know he's going to be Aberdeen huddle.
Here's the Aberdeen huddle.
Well, Jim Enslin right there telling his club what he expects Aberdeen to try to do on offense. And no doubt Randy Hancock giving his players a play to work with here.
Jim Enslin, he has been here many times, 13 years as head coach there at Shorecrest. This is the 8th straight trip to the state tournament for Shorecrest. They've been around before, but it's their first final. Uh-oh. Scott Booz seems appropriate that he scored with 5 seconds remaining. Randall charging.
This one's in the books, Don.
The student body behind us is going crazy. Guess which one? Jim Enslin. You provided a lot of excitement for this tournament. But it looks like it'll be Randy Hancock and the Bobcats as the state champions. Brian Paul widens that lead, 60-55. Aberdeen on top. What can you say about that team? They trailed by 12 in the first half. Fought back, trailed by a couple much of the second half. And then Jacobson got that go-ahead steal and the bucket. 4 seconds. 3, 2. This is something that players dream about, being able to cut down that net at the end of the tournament.
Mike Snodgrass, who came in, played an incredible defensive effort at shutting down Randall. who at that point in the ball game, well, Randall finished the night with 14 points, but Snodgrass shut him down really because 10 of those came in the first half. So Snodgrass getting the honor and cutting down one of the hoops.
You really said it right, Lou. They call him the catalyst for Aberdeen. He came in 9 points in his own and did a marvelous job.
And look at Booz.
They'll probably sleep with that thing on.
Booz carrying Steve Brennan on his shoulders. Number 10 is Steve Brennan, a reserve who didn't play tonight, but he's on the shoulders of Scott Booz. Glovick, the big rebounder, gets his chance to cut a ribbon.
Chuck Glovick. Glovick finishing with 15 points tonight.
And unofficially 9 rebounds.
Oh, you dream about nights like this. This indeed is the night of the champions. First of all, they'll make the presentation as you watch. What a contrast. First time that Shorecrest had made it to the final. 8 straight trips to the state tournament.
Which is the co-sponsor of the event. First of all, I'd like to have the captain, Jim Farrell, Keith Olson from Shorecrest, second place trophy, AA trophy, second place, head coach Jim Insland, Rick Reed, and Paul Lesh. Jim Farrell.
There are your captains, Keith Olson on the right and Jim Farrell. Both of them played a fine game tonight. Olson with 10 points and Farrell with 16.
You know, it's quite something to be the second best team in the state, but somehow it's not like being number 1. Those kids have a lot to be proud of to get this far.
I can think of about maybe 96, 97 other AAA or AA high schools that would love to be in their shoes right now.
Captain Brian Paul, co-captain Brian Paul, and Mike
Now Brian Paul and Mike Snodgrass of Aberdeen High School.
Paul 44, Snodgrass 32.
Andy. Congratulations to Aberdeen, first in the state. Boys, don't forget the big trophy too.
I was going to say, let's give him the big trophy.
Being interviewed by one of the radio broadcasters.
And here comes Randy Hancock, the head coach for Aberdeen. Only his second year as head coach for the Bobcats. His 2 assistants, Brad Fuhrer, Rob Longborg. The night of the champions. Aberdeen, the AA champions in 1982. We'll be right back.
Here we are, Earl.
Let's eat.
Let's play. This is the $20 million McDonald's quality game. Oh, Earl, there's nothing like it.
Nothing like a Big Mac. 100% all-American beef.
Complete that beef section and win $500,000. There's instant winners, too. Coca-Cola and thousands in cash. I want a Big Mac.
Darn. That's what I'd like to win.
There are over 50 million prizes available.
At McDonald's.
Whether you drive a Porsche 911, whether you drive a Porsche 924, whether you
drive a Porsche 928. Porsche. Nothing even comes close.
Why strain your back removing harmful thatch? The inexpensive Thatcherizer can loosen thatch, and your snapper mower can bag it in one easy step. Thatcherizers fit snapper self-propelled walk mowers and riders. Get a Thatcherizer, only at a snapper dealer.
Free Thatcherizer attachment with the purchase of any self-propelled or riding lawnmower. See the yellow pages.
Get yourself a career that pays. There are a dozen careers just waiting for your call. Take your pick. Start a new career, start a first career, but get yourself a career that pays. Invest in yourself.
You've got the job.
Call Seattle OIC.
There's the final of the boys AA championship. Aberdeen trailing by as many as 12 in the first half. Kept their patience, kept their poise, kept fighting back. Trailing by 2, 3, and 1 in the second half. And finally, John Jacobson picked up the loose ball on the bad pass by Shorecrest. Took it all the way down and went ahead, and they held on from there. 61-55 the final. Now let's go to Elaine Perkins and the upcoming AA championship for the girls.
Well, we have a new girls AAA champion here, the Clover Park Warriors. The game's over, but they're all still here. They wanted to be on television, and they just don't want the moment to end. We're going to take a look at some highlights now. Clover Park had pretty much taken over in the third quarter, and then Auburn started inching back. Auburn in green, Clover Park in gold. They're all watching it with me here, enjoying every moment of it. Auburn will come up and put a couple baskets up and in. They'll make it 48-47. Clover Park up by just one with 12 seconds left to play, but Clover Park will go to the line pretty much to clinch it. The final was 52-47. We got trophies coming in from all over the place. A lot of excitement by the Clover Park Warriors, the new AAA champions. I spoke with Coach Jim Angelell right after the game. Here's that interview. Jim Angelell, coach of the AAA state champions. Congratulations. The line that I kept reading was your team was physical and that Auburn was fast, but your plan to have some speed too, huh?
We have some speed. There's no question about that. We're not slow. We can do some pretty good things when we play good basketball, and the girls really wanted it tonight. We've worked hard, as has Auburn. Auburn's a super team. They really are. It was kind of a battle of size versus quickness, but we had enough quickness to be able to stay with them that way, but we had too much size for them. And Danya, just an outstanding player, but the other kids deserve a lot of credit too. It's still a team game, you know, whether you have stars or not. It still is a team game.
Were you a little nervous when they, the end of the fourth, when they started to inch up and it was just a 1-point difference?
I've been nervous for the last several weeks. I don't remember when it started. It hasn't stopped yet, so I don't know. It's just really exciting to have this happen to us. Some of these girls have been in the state tournament for 3 years, Danya included, and to be able to win it is really a dream come true. But you have to have a lot of luck too. You know, there's a lot of good teams here, and we're really fortunate to win. It could have gone either way. You know that. You saw the game. And we got a couple good breaks, and we also played some very good basketball. Hey, we've got some very tired girls, I want to tell you. Some very tired girls. And a tired coach, too.
Well, no more nerves. You won it. You're the champ. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you a lot.
Our congratulations to Clover Park once again and to Auburn. Clover Park, the new AAA champion. I should also mention that Danya Monroe was named most valuable player of the AAA tournament. She's just behind me over my right shoulder. Maybe we can get over to her. She had 26 points, 18 rebounds. I think the Huskies would like to have you stay here for the NIT Monday night if you could hang around. A fabulous game. Congratulations to all of you. We have another one coming up, AA, Prairie and Arlington. Say goodbye, girls.
Congratulations to Clover Park from all of us over here, too. Thumbnail stats as far as the AA championship. John Jacobson, 10 points. Paul with only 12. He averages 18, but he did the job when they needed him. Glovick, We saw what he did with the 14 points. Booz with 8, very valuable 8 points the way he played, and Snodgrass with 5.
Certainly Glovick's play, and not only in scoring, but usually they don't rely on him for scoring. It's his rebounding. And tonight, Glovick did the job there, too, having, as by our count, 9 rebounds. Glovick really played a heck of a ballgame for Aberdeen and was instrumental in their comeback.
You know, it's interesting that they played against North Kitsap yesterday, and many thought, boy, that was not only a possible upset, but they blew out North Kitsap 60-42, and they thought, can Aberdeen play 2 good games in a row? And everybody thought, I don't know. We just didn't know if they could do it. And they did it. They did it.
Talked to the players afterwards, and they said, when it comes to the state championship, you bet we can put 2 games back-to-back.
Well, you don't worry about being tired. As I said earlier, this is the 3rd game in 3 nights. The numbers now for Aberdeen. Again.
Booz 15 points.
This is updated a little more now. Glovick with 14. Booz with a 15. That's more. That's appropriate. Snodgrass with 9.
And Snodgrass very important off the bench. As you can see, just 6 players scored. The 5 starters, 4 of them in double figures, and Snodgrass off the bench, keying a defensive end in shutting down Randall of Shorecrest.
Well, we expected a ball game that would be fairly close because of their style of play. The strength inside for Aberdeen, the strength inside for Shorecrest, with a guy like Keith Olson in there muscling around and having the clever shots, the good moves inside for the big man. And we got exactly what we expected. Now, thinking about the AAA game, you really can't predict this kind of a contest. As you see there, the Shorecrest co-captains, Keith Olson and Paul Farrell, receiving the trophy. 2nd place winners. So we want to wish them congratulations again, and to Jim Enslin, the head coach. Been there a number of years, and a lot of people have come out of that school that have memories of playing for that man. Very pleasant ones.
And then on the other end of the spectrum, Aberdeen, the team that is not the Seattle team among the 4 that are here tonight. And it's interesting to keep in mind that out of that Aberdeen area, Grays Harbor, the area of our state that right now, as you see Rick Hancock exhorting with all of his players on the bench.
You got to wonder.
And a good reason to celebrate, too.
You got to wonder who's minding the store in Aberdeen. I think we have the entire city out here. Maybe somebody in Hoke William has a light on upstairs, maybe, but.
Well, in that southwestern Washington district, as we talked about to open the program, Don, 5 of the 6 last state champions have come from either the Black Hills League or Mark Morris sneaked in there from the other southwestern Washington district. So we had Shelton, Centralia, Timberline, Mark Morris, and now Aberdeen. Definitely a powerful area in basketball for the AA, the southwestern part of our state.
For AAA, Roosevelt against Mercer Island. The night of the champions will continue. Stay with us.
The Toyota standard truck has some very impressive numbers. 25. Even more impressive is 32. And best of all, 62.98. If you're looking for great mileage at a good price in a hard-working truck, go by the numbers. Go by number 1, the best-selling line of small trucks.
Oh, I know I worry too much, but I am your mother, and I know if your house is losing heat, you're losing money. That's Puget Power. They give free home energy checkups to their electric heat customers. Oh, it might pay you to bundle your house up a little. After all, energy costs aren't getting any cheaper. Call Puget Power for a free home energy checkup. Believe me, it's for your own good.
We said yes, you'll say yes. We just couldn't resist when the secured creditor offered Bedroom Emporium the entire assets of Sleep Unlimited Portland for immediate sale. You'll say yes to hundreds of top name brands in bedroom furnishings. Serta mattresses low as $77. Bedroom suites by Bassett, Burlington. 12 styles of waterbeds under $250. The elegant look of brass by Berkshire. Discounts to 50%. Truckloads of additional prime inventory. All available now at the Bedroom Emporium store nearest you. Parkway Plaza South Center, James Village, Linwood, Northeast 20th Bellevue, and downtown Bremerton.
Seattle's namesake, Self, was born in about 1786. As chief of the Suquamish, Self was a peaceful man who welcomed white settlers to the area, teaching them to survive. He believed that the white man and the Indian could live together in peace, but soon the Suquamish were forced onto a small reservation. Self is memorialized by this high school in West Seattle, and his grave is a historical site. Chief Self, a part of our Washington.
Coming up, as you see, Mercer Island back to the finals again, now in 1982 against Roosevelt. The night of the champions continues live from Seattle, Washington, here in the Seattle Center Coliseum. Want to say a special hello to all our friends in Spokane watching, and of course all our friends in Yakima, the Tri-Cities, Lewiston. As you see Mercer Island beginning to warm up now, they're out onto the court. Boy, they've been waiting a long time for this one. I talked to